happening? My name is Keith Lorren, the King of Spice, and I invented cooking.
Japan is my absolute favorite place to visit, and I go there several times a year. And I love to take their traditional ramen dishes and fuse them with the soul food cuisine. So today I'm going to show you how to make a Louisiana-inspired ramen dish that I call Keith's Mardi Gras Ramen. So to get started, we're going to make our flavorful stock. I'm adding 10 cups of water to our pot, along with onions, celery, bay leaves, garlic, peppercorns, allspice, and a little bit of love. And we're going to simmer it down with Keith Lorren's gourmet poultry seasoning and chicken bouillon, just for extra flavor. Next, we're going to bring it to a boil with our chicken backs, and as it's cooking, you're going to see that there's going to be fat and scum that come to the top, impurities. Take all that out, skim it off the top, and then add a Scotch bonnet pepper to scent it further. Next, look at all these ingredients. We got onions, bell peppers, sausage, scallions, crawfish, chicken. It doesn't get any better than that, along with Keith Lorren's seafood seasoning. Chop up your meat and get ready to saute, make our roux. So in our pan, I'm adding a little bit of oil and a little bit of the grandma's secret, that bacon fat, which is going to give it a nice flavor as well. So we're going to saute our sausage and get it nice and golden and caramelized. Look at that. Then we're going to take it out and get all of those remnants out. And in that same pan, we're going to add a dash more oil, or you can use a little bit of butter if you like, or clarified butter. And we're going to begin adding our flour in equal amounts. So now, as it's cooking, we're going to cook it nice and slow and create our roux, whisking it constantly so nothing burns. And we want it to be a nice golden color. So we're going to add our onions, celery, bell peppers, and we're going to cook it until it's golden. And we're going to start whisking in our homemade chicken stock. Our chicken stock simmered for about 45 minutes. You know, just a quick broth. If you want to cook it longer, you can. And this is the texture that we want. Now it's time to spice it up. So we're going to add a little bit of thyme, a little bit of Keith Lorren's seafood seasoning with all that tarragon and dill and all those good spices, fresh garlic, bay leaves, and a little bit of love. Next, we're going to add paprika for color and a little bit of cayenne pepper for that authentic heat, and a little bit of black pepper to bring out that extra aroma. Next, we're going to just keep whisking, and look at that color. It's absolutely perfect. So we're just going to simmer this down for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you like, and a little bit of soy sauce to add some umami. We're going to add a little bit more heat with Keith Lorren's Scotch bonnet pepper sauce, and just keep whisking and tasting as you go. To accent the flavors, you're going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of Keith Lorren's chicken bouillon for more umami, and you just taste it as you go. There's no real science to it, but you just gotta make it taste good. And to do that, we're gonna use Keith Lorren's seasonings. Now it's time to add our meat. So I'm adding our smoked sausage and our chopped up chicken. We're gonna simmer this for about 10 minutes just to let the flavors get into that sauce really nicely. And now we can start adding our other components. Now to modify their texture, we're gonna keep some of that stock, and we're gonna just keep stirring it in to make the right texture. We don't want it too thick, we don't want it too thin. We want it to be a nice consistency to coat those fries really nice. So at this point, we can add our frozen okra. I'm just adding enough for garnish. Our fresh scallions and fresh tomatoes, along with a nice generous amount of parsley. And we're gonna just stir it in, and it'll be perfect, I promise. The last step to this gumbo sauce is to add our crawfish tails. And we want to gently stir it in. We don't want to break any of it up. And I'm adding the crawfish tails that have the fat on it just for extra flavor, you know. We're going to stir it all again. Look how good and rich that looks. Look how thick that gravy is. At this point, you can add a few dashes of the filet gumbo powder for extra flavor. And it's good. This is the texture that we want. It's nice, it's creamy, it's flavorful. It has that soul taste. Now you can serve this over some rice with some crispy bacon on top, or you can turn it into a ramen dish, and that's exactly what we're gonna do now. So I have 2 cups of water. I'm adding 2 cups of our gumbo sauce, 1 packet of the shrimp flavored ramen. I'm stirring it up, and we're gonna add our ramen noodles to this pot, and we're gonna re-season it with a little bit of Keith Lorren's seasoned sea salt and a dash of Keith Lorren's Scotch bonnet hot sauce. Now it's time to plate. We're gonna place the noodles in our bowl with a little bit of butter. We're gonna toss it up with some of that good old crawfish and sausage and peppers and onions, and then we're gonna pour our gumbo broth on top. Listen, you ain't never had no ramen noodles like this. It's delicious. To garnish it, fresh parsley, chopped scallions, crispy bacon, chopped tomatoes, Keith Lorren's seafood seasoning, and a dash of paprika. You're gonna love it. Shout outs to all my lovely friends in Japan. I can't wait to see you again.
My name is Keith Lorren, the King of Spice, and I invented cooking. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.